your show.
There are certain buzzwords coaches preach every season. Words athletes have lived by since middle school. This weekend, these young men know if they follow them to the letter, there are two words standing at the end that makes it all worthwhile. Rams, under the guidance of Steve Marley, have always envisioned this moment. And for the first time in its team, school, and basketball crazy community history, it gets its chance at a state championship. Today, Carman Ellsworth stands in the way. Flint, Carman, Ainsworth with their massive fan base. The Cavaliers wearing blue and silver, decked out at the Breslin Center in East Lansing for the Class A state championship, the Rams and Cavs. And it's only here on Fox Sports Net. Hi, everybody. Alongside my partner, Greg Kelser. My name is Matt Shepard. No question these two teams are battle-tested. The Rams get here via the semifinal knockout over Detroit Murray Wright. But, Greg, I don't think it's the way that Steve Marley envisioned his club getting here, do you?
They had to persevere. They're undefeated as they try to finish this season. But against Murray Wright, they trailed big time by 18 in the third. They trailed by 14 in the fourth. But they persevered, as I said earlier, and came down to this. A couple of free throws to take the lead by Michael Reynolds. Now, Coach Steve Marley says, I've seen comebacks, and I've seen comebacks. But in my 6 years at Rockford, I've never seen anything like that occurred here at the Breslin Center yesterday.
Over 1,000.
We've had a couple comebacks this season, but never at the Breslin and in the semifinal game. The crowd certainly helped. We were running out of gas, but there were 3, 4, 5 times in there I thought we were done, and the kids just kept coming back.
Yeah, Marley amazed at his team's poise, never say die attitude. But meanwhile, Flint, Carman, Ainsworth has a storybook script in the works as well. It has been a long time for Rory Matter to get here. It is something that he is savoring every minute of, and it's something he talked about with his team after yesterday's semifinal win.
We are going to play for a state championship game. It almost brings tears to my eyes to say it. It really does. We're playing. I've sat and watched the semis for 25 years. 25 years, wanting to be there as a player, wanting to be there as a coach. I've seen so many semis, it's ridiculous. Wanting, just man, it'd be nice if I could just, you know, and here we are. Here we are.
Coach Matter understands the magnitude of the moment, and fortunately for him, just one game left because he's running out of voice.
Yeah, he was very impressive in the win over the Lakers, though, on Friday night. Let's welcome in the third member of our broadcast team today, Mickey York. Hi, Mick.
Hey, Matt, you will notice that orange is the predominant color here today. These fans are crazy about their Rams. So crazy, in fact, that prior to the Class B districts, or Class A districts, they held a scrimmage with Grand Rapids South Christian, our Class B semifinalists, or our finalists, that is. Over 800 jammed the gym. They sold it out for a game that meant absolutely nothing. There, of course, are a lot more than that here today. And, Matt, of course, this game means a whole lot more as well.
Mickey, thank you. It is a community of 16,000, a school of 600, yet they expect 8,000 inside the Breslin Center walls. The Class A championship comes your way on Fox Sports Net. Next.
Watch the action, excitement, and emotion of high school sports as March Magic concludes this week. There's nothing like MHSAA tournament action. Catch
the MHSAA Boys Basketball Finals on Fox Sports Net are brought to you by back at the Breslin Center, the Class A state title tilt. Up for grabs, Eric Oferseth. Now, our PA announcer for the national anthem.
We now welcome to the Breslin Center floor our soloist, Ashley Frost, from Benzie Central High School. As Americans, one of the extraordinary freedoms we enjoy is the privilege of educational athletics and the privilege to gather as we watch our school children play their games. As we honor our country with the singing of our national anthem, let us remember those who fought to earn us those freedoms and those who are fighting today to preserve them. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Frost singing our national anthem.
so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. All the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ashley Frost, Benzie Central High School. Now let's meet the starting lineups for today's game between the Rams of Rockford High School and the Cavaliers of Flint, Carman, Ainsworth High School. For the Rams, at forward, 6'2" senior, number 3, Kevin Warren. For the Cavaliers at forward, 6'3" junior, number 3, Zach McGee. Forward for Rockford, 6'6" senior, number 4, R.C. Douglas. For the Cavaliers at forward, 6'3" senior, 24, Nehemiah Weaver. Center for the Rams, 6'7" senior, number 5, Alex Briggs. For Carman Ainsworth at center, 6'5" senior, 23, Scott Richardson. For the Rams at guard, 6'2" senior, 20, Drew Powell. For the Cavaliers at guard, 5'11" senior, 12, Aaron Lawler. The other guard for Rockford, 6'1" junior, 22, Michael Riddell. And for the Cavaliers at guard, 5'11" senior, 21, DeAndre Turner. Head coach Rams, Steve Marley. Coaching the Cavaliers, Roy Matter.
One of these two teams will have its first ever state championship. The Rockford Rams 27-0, Flint Carman Ainsworth 25 up, 2 down. As they look forward to the tip-off, as does Steve Marley, who has a career playoff record at Rockford of 19, make it 20-5, a winning percentage of almost 80%. Trying to lead his team to only the second Class A team to win the title undefeated. Meanwhile, Rory Matter, who has been in the playoffs as a player and as a coach and is relishing this in his second year, 11th year overall as a head coach in basketball. Our road to the finals brought to you by Gardner White. You see how Carman Ainsworth able to beat West Bloomfield to get here. Greg talked about in our open the dramatic win over Detroit Murray Wright for the Rams to take center stage in Class A this afternoon. Our officials this afternoon, Robert Williams, Mike Robillard, and Bruce Keeling. Rams obviously decked out in their road orange, and the Cavaliers wearing their home silver.
As you look at the fans of Flint, Carman Ainsworth, let me get this out now, Matt. You don't normally say this on a neutral court. They've got to keep the crowd out of the game because there is a whole bunch of orange here.
This is Michael Riddell. This is Drew Powell. Alex Briggs off the mark, and the first rebound collected by Aaron Lawler. Lawler, this team's leading scorer, had 10 points in the win over West Bloomfield, 31 in the quarterfinals. Zach McGee, the jumper in the lane, misses. Gets it back. He had a double-double last night. Lawler for three.
3 shot attempts by Flint. Carman Ainsworth, that's one thing they do very well. They hit the glass. So if Rockford is to get their 28th consecutive win in a state championship, they got to work off the glass tonight.
R.C. Douglas pitches it to Drew Powell. Drive in the lane and a foul. He'll go against Zach McGee, the junior.
First team foul.
We've seen the value of good guard play in this tournament already. It certainly helps enhance your chances of winning a championship. And the Rockford Rams, they've got that in number 20, Drew Powell on the line right now. And Michael Rettel, number 22, who hit the clutch free throws in the game yesterday.
Powell 2 dozen in the win over Detroit Murray Wright, splits the pair. Also led this team in rebounds and assists, Greg. He did it all, especially in that second half. This is DeAndre Turner. Lawler with a dribble drive and a blocking foul before the shot.
Actually, it's going to be offensive, and it's going to go on number 3, Zach McGee, the junior rebounding stalwart for the Cavaliers.
These are the guys who make them go, right? Powell and Rettel.
Oh, do they ever.
Steve Marley called them the best guard tandem he's ever had. He can't imagine anyone in the state being better than these two. Kevin Wern able to find Powell in.
Cavaliers, Cavaliers, Matt, in the zone defense. Rockford, a very patient team, a good ball handling team.
It's a neat, unique combination, a very patient team, but they love to run. This is what they want to do. They want to get up and down the floor.
Well, they want to get up and down, but obviously you don't always get to have your pace. So when you have to work out of the half court, it's good to be patient and be able to work the basketball without turning it over.
They are stone cold from the floor so far, though.
But I think the Cavs will engage them in a run at some point in this game, because the Cavaliers, they like to push it up as well. They're not all half court.
Foul on the floor. Might go against R.C. Douglas, who wears number 4 in orange.
Sometimes you get the sense watching Flint, Carman, Ainsworth, the missed shot is their number 1 offensive play. Throw it up on the glass and then just send 4 guys up to get it, and let's see if the defense can do anything about it. That was certainly their path to victory against West Bloomfield yesterday.
Waller had it stripped. Rettel with a 2-on-1 deep. He'll take it coast to coast. Come up short. Rebound by Douglas. His putback is partially blocked. Here comes Turner pushing it for the Cavaliers. Spinning. And lost the handle.
Not a good move to try to dribble through multiple defenders in this game.
And a checking foul. Rory Matter wanted a double dribble. And that's what he's talking over right now with the officiating crew.
Jitters certainly obvious with both teams in the early going, so much at stake.
Where do you see the jitters most? Is it when you dribble or when you're shooting, or
both? Both. And sometimes in your mental capacity early.
Not enough legs in Rettel's 3. Powell will try. A backside board by Nehemiah Weaver. Foul will go against Kevin Wern in the backcourt. Rams started slowly in the semis against Detroit Murray Wright, and that's something that Steve Marley was a little worried about, no question. Turner is out, by the way, for the Cavaliers. Fresh is Brandon Carr. He wears number 5. Carr, who was the quarterback of the Flint Carman Ainsworth football team in the fall, will run the point. Brandon Stevens also is fresh for the Cavaliers. He wears number 30 in silver. Carr looking for Richardson. Spinning baseline. It's stolen. Again, Powell. 3 ball for Douglas. And Richardson another rebound.
Almost 3 minutes in now, and not only has Flint, Carman Ainsworth failed to score, they're not getting quality looks at the basket either. They're turning the basketball over or either taking very tough shots like that.
Still no field goals made for the Cavaliers. We'll see if Reddle tries to settle him down a little bit. One goes inside. There's a block. And out of bounds. Off Rockford.
So far, the officials are letting them bang and play inside, and I like that. This is a championship game. It's just the way it should be.
Rory Matter counters with Fred Tafoya. He wears number 42 in silver, so Steve Marley has to worry about him a little bit because Tafoya had 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting against the Lakers in the semis. Carr with a bounce pass to Tafoya. Here's a 3-ball. Short. Not enough in the legs, right, Greg?
Well, certainly on line, but not enough lift there. He thought it was good. You could tell by the way he was strutting back.
This is Powell. Lost the handle for a moment. And kicked out of bounds off Lawler.
One thing we should note, the team from Flint, Carman Ainsworth, they are good defensively. They get out there, they scramble, they're live with their hands. So you got to be really sure with the passes.
Only surrendered 47.5 points per game. Wow. During the regular season. Neither team with a field goal make. There's a hop step in the lane. Still nothing happened. Lawler will push it.
Both coaches are saying, man, we should be up 10 now.
Exactly. Lawler gets a nice high screen.
He got a block.
Tough shot off the window. There's the putback on the offensive glass. Brandon Stevens, who averages 4.5 caroms per game, puts the Cavs up by 1. Douglas double team. You see the reach in.
You cannot be tentative with the basketball in a crowd.
Now Richardson. He can handle the basketball for a big guy. Tafoya for 3. Come on.
That one had a little more lift. So his next one will probably go in. He was short, he was long. All that's left now is to put it right in the middle.
Reddle lost the handle again. Lawler beating everyone down the floor. Had it blocked. Tafoya. That one is short, too. And a foul inside.
Neither team playing well. Neither team confident offensively. The team that does gain that poise will have a huge edge in this first quarter.
Championship jitters, as evident on a breakaway that comes up just a little bit short. The Cavs lead by 1 with 3 minutes to go in the first. The power. Played 7 minutes of the first quarter, only 1 field goal made, and Rockford has to be a little concerned. It's tough coming off an emotional win like they did yesterday. Steve Marley was fearful of that.
Well, it's going to happen in our legs, but, you know, they're 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and they're having the time of their life right now. You know, if you ask them, they would gladly play another game right now after this emotion. How good we would be, I'm not sure. It's a worry, but, you know, these kids have worked hard in the weight room. You know, Riddell, our point guard, benches 280. Powell benches 265. We'll recover, and we'll get some rest, and we'll be okay.
Trying to recover now. They're getting out rebounded 11-6 early on here in this state championship for the Class A crown.
Fortunately, the rebounding disparity hasn't hurt. They trail by 1.
Michael Reddle trying to break him down. Reddle again. Step in the lane. Good dish inside.
Penetration is what made that play pay off for Rockford. Good, hard left-hand dribble by Michael Riddell.
Turner and now Carr settling things down a little bit. Rockford will get after you, too. They play the man-to-man. At some point, they may trap. Turner, great dribble drive.
Turner was able to use his quickness that time. That was a mismatch that favored him as he was being defended by Alex Briggs, who plays center for Rockford.
Powell can handle the basketball. Here's Riddell. Free ball.
Well, they're getting in here.
Riddell, 24 points in the quarterfinals against Jackson. Hit 4 triples in that game. And a reach-in foul.
A moment ago, given all kinds of space right there, defense slow in closing. Michael Riddell able to put it down. Got an assist earlier. Here, bags one for himself.
Holds the school record for three-pointers made. 117 now from Mike Riddell. A couple of point guards now in there for Rory Matters Cavaliers. Brandon Carr running the point, but also out there Aaron Lawler, the starter at the point, wearing number 12. This is DeAndre Turner. Finds Lawler. Buck and a half to go in the first. Lawler with a hop step. Zach McGee inside. Missed it. Richardson with a putback. That one rimmed off. Like it's got a lid on it. And a foul.
That's a frustration foul right there because Carman Ainsworth had plenty of opportunities to tap it in. Didn't come away with it. So hanging back, hoping to get a knockaway was Aaron Lawler. Now he's got to be careful and not get the foolish fouls because they need him on the floor. He's their leading scorer. He's their senior. We can ill afford to have him sitting on the bench.
Look at the rebounds in favor of the Cavaliers. They outboarded the Lakers yesterday 51-34.
Incredible.
Out of the range of Alex Briggs, who is Rockford's all-time leader in games played, and the Cavaliers throw it away.
Well, at this point of the game, and even long before now, you would have hoped to have settled down. I mean, right now, the jitters should be away, but the Cavs still making foolish errors, forcing a break that wasn't there, turning it over, making it an easy defensive sequence for Rockford.
R.C. Douglas, skip pass, Riddle with a good catch. Joel Visser wears number 10 for Rockford. Riddle's shot way off the mark. Here's Lawler for Flint, Carman, Ainsworth. Quickly double team. Looking for some help inside. Look at the reach in. These guards will get after you. Richardson, couple of spins. Forced it a block. Gets another crack at it. That one's short. Look at the offensive rebound there by Zach McGee. And he misses. Powell will push it. Takes it right at McGee. Missed the reverse lane. Great save by Visser. And time runs out. Wow. A very slow and low-scoring first quarter of play. Steve Marley's club leading by 2, but he doesn't like the turnovers. He doesn't like the fact his club has been outboarded, but he does like the fact he has an early lead. We'll see if these two teams can settle down as the second quarter comes your way right after this brief timeout. You're watching the Class A final on Fox Sports.
Watch the action.
Two teams that combined 4 for 30. Thus, the slow start as we start the second quarter. Rockford here for the first time in the school's history. In case you don't know where they are, just a little bit northeast of the beautiful city of Grand Rapids on the west side of the state of Michigan. We know where Flint, Carman, Ainsworth is, the school enrollment. Rockford almost 2,500. The Cavaliers of 1,600 strong at their school. Both very well represented.
Matt, how about this stat? 6 offensive rebounds in that first quarter for Carman Ainsworth. No second chance points. They couldn't cash any of them in.
Too many turnovers for either coach's liking, but Rory Matter will like the way Zach McGee takes care of business to tie it up at a half dozen. McGee with a monster game in the win over West Bloomfield in the semis. A double-double, had 13 rebounds. Greg, 10 on the offensive glass.
Exactly.
Drew Powell's 3-ball is off the mark, and another rebound by McGee. It's his 4th board, and the Rockford foul going against Joel Visser.
McGee gets 10 rebounds yesterday off the offensive glass, 13 total. Averages 6 per game, but obviously at the tournament time, you expect to pick your game up, pick your stats up. He's done that.
Averages 9.5 points too, and so that production was up in the semis as well. Lawler found McGee. Good hop step move. Quickly got the shot off. Gets his own putback and is fouled inside. He is chairman of the boards, is he not?
Well, he's aggressive to the basketball, to the glass. But what I saw there, he shot it with the idea that it was not going in, because he's following this thing almost in the same motion. But he found an opening and he got the basketball.
Really lanky. You know, this is a guy who worked his way back into the rotation. Folks, he didn't come and play basketball until January 23rd. Got in a little trouble. Rory Matter took him under his wing, talked to him, really got his grades up. Teachers applauded him for his hard work, but the problems he had in the school cafeteria wouldn't allow him to play basketball until January 23rd.
I mean, didn't like the menu?
No, and it wasn't exactly a food fight either. Another rebound, though, for the youngster. Give him a half dozen. Lawler with a hop in his step. Good penetration. Richardson's left-handed tap was a little strong, but they'll get the ball back.
Let me tell you, Rockford is, for as good as they've been this year, they got issues right now. And the biggest one is working off the defensive glass. They have yet to solidify themselves in that area.
Maybe that's why they bring in R.C. Douglas for Joel Visser. There's the rebounding advantage for the Cavaliers by a half dozen. Douglas wearing 4 and orange, though. Their career record holder in offensive rebounds. They could use him now. Turner with an acrobatic move with the left hand. Pretty shot.
Did a nice job of protecting the ball with his body. Took some contact. That could have been a foul on that play. But strong left hand by Turner.
5-0 run for the Cavs. Gives them a 3-point advantage. Retto with a 3-pointer. Off the mark. His backcourt mate Powell with a putback.
Hey, there's some offensive rebounding a la Rockford. They say, hey, we can hang in there and get some second chance opportunities as well.
Powell, the 8th player ever in the history of the school with 700 points or more in his career. McGee looking inside, had it knocked away, but a foul away from the ball. It's going to go against Alex Briggs.
And foul 5, Briggs.
Playing in career game number 76, Greg Kelser. That is a school record. It's a lot of games for a high schooler, isn't it?
It's a lot of games, and it speaks to his durability. And being able to avoid injury.
Turner will inbound for the Cavs. Lawler for 3, in and out. And a rebound by Alex Briggs.
That's a good look.
Powell ran into a roadblock. Is it a block or a charge? And they'll call a blocking foul against number 24 in silver, Nehemiah Weaver.
Foul 23, Richardson.
They're going to call against Scott Richardson.
17th foul.
Drew Powell will go to the line to shoot a pair, an 82% free throw.
And for Carman, Ainsworth,
And a guy who went 3 for 3 in the win over Detroit Murray Wright Friday night.
And 30, Brandon Stevens.
Brandon Stevens is fresh for Flint. Carman Ainsworth. He'll spell Scott Richardson.
One shot, bonus on. For the Rams, 14.
Drew Powell will go and play basketball at Hillsdale College. Greg thought about playing a little football too, because he was a fullback on the football team, but instead just loves the game of basketball and will play there. Nice addition to that ball club. His addition puts the Rams up by 1, 10-9. Senseless foul there.
Yeah, that far out on the floor.
Wern, his second.
Kevin Wern, that's his second foul, the senior,
for the Cavaliers.
who averages 6 points a game. Going to have to take a rest now.
In for Wern, number 10.
That means Joel Visser will check back in. And at the line is DeAndre Turner.
I watched Joel Visser, number 10, warming up. He only gives him 1 point a game, but you know what? Got a nice stroke. Wouldn't be shocked to see him launch one from the outside.
He's trying to post up inside right now. This is Rettel. Has a 3-pointer in the ball game. Here's Visser. Nearly knocked away. That's Michael Steinbach. He wears number 14 in orange. Rettel again. Dribble drive. Hop step in the lane. And a foul before he got to the dotted line. They'll go to the free throw line for a couple.
Cavalier foul 21, Turner, his second.
This game has yet to take its true shape, but it's clear that both teams want to be able to penetrate into the lane and do damage from inside.
Well, it's such a drastic change from what we saw in the semifinals Friday afternoon and Friday night. I really thought we would have an up and down game between these two teams. Teams that actually shoot the basketball pretty well. Rettel makes the front end, a 72% free throw shooter. He really struggled in the semis against Detroit Murray Wright. 9 points, just 1 for 7.
Right.
6 of those 9 coming at the free throw line. He bags them both and now has fouls. Here's the pressure.
And it's intense.
Yeah, it sure is. This gave the Pilots all kinds of problems in the semis. Carr with a bounce pass. Oh, good shovel move inside. And we got a foul coming. Zach McGee camping out inside where he likes it. And a pretty good dish by a big fella, Brandon Stevens.
Hey, give Carman Ainsworth credit here. They handled this press, and it was mostly Brandon Carr. But they got into the offensive executing area. There's a nice pass, and drawing a foul there, shooting 2 is McGee. So they did a nice job against some pretty tough pressure that time.
Zach McGee lives with his mom. Great influence on his life. Pretty good foul shooter there as he makes them both to bring the Cavs within 1. Visser. This is Rettel and Powell. Spinning, running into a roadblock, threw it away. McGee nearly gave it back. Lawler had it knocked out of bounds.
Sometimes you just move faster than you can properly execute, and that time there was a break that was not realized because the Cavs were just a little bit ahead of themselves, but fortunately they're going to maintain possession of the ball.
What more can you say? These two teams just turning it over. A lot of it has to do with the defense.
Here you're going to see the loose ball that occurs right there, the knockaway. Now, here, trying to get possession of the basketball, but can't. It's intended for number 12 there, Aaron Lawler. He has the weight on it, but now the break is gone.
Cavaliers in the huddle looking to try and correct some things. A team that looking for their 26th win of the season. No doubt we'll have some highlights of this one, the 2 previous games, and the one immediately following here on Fox Sports Net on the Detroit Sports Report tonight. Spartans, are they feeling a little buffed after the win over Colorado? We'll track the NC2A tournament and recap all the finals here at the Breslin Center on the Detroit Sports Report tonight at 10, only here on Fox Sports Net. I know Greg Kelser's happy that the Spartans are into round 2.
Ecstatic.
Brent Carr trying to create some space, and he traveled with it.
It was going to either be a travel or he was going to get a charge because he never was able to clearly get around his man, who moved his feet and played defense well that time.
6th turnover now for the Cavaliers as Alex Briggs checks back into the lineup, replacing Michael Steinbach. Your TV is correct. It is a 12-11 game as we approach the half. Rettel. R.C. Douglas looking for a feed inside, knocked out of bounds. They're looking for Alex Briggs, who's trying to set up shop inside. Briggs a big fella. Rockford no doubt has the height advantage, Greg, but that doesn't always mean everything unless you can use it properly.
Right.
Powell forced one up. Got the kind roll.
He got some elevation on that shot. Stayed in the air a little while.
He has half the Rams' points now, Greg. It's a 14-11 lead for Rockford. Lawler, he's their go-to guy. Fires for a long 2, in and out.
And a good defensive rebound cleared that time by Rockford. Got it cleanly.
Rettel finds Powell. Now inside. Turnaround jumper by Briggs off the heel. Tafoya with a rebound.
That was a good rebound and a crowd by Tafoya.
And a good box out. Lawler got caught up in the air and had it knocked away again. The 8th turnover. Why not for Douglas? A little short. Visser with a nice save.
Visser's hustling.
Rettel is short on the attempt, and a foul by R.C. Douglas. Some good looks by the Rams. They're just not cashing in. But believe it or not, despite their shooting woes from the floor, they lead by 3. A couple of free throws coming, though, for Rory Matter's club. Rory Matter is a guy who coached at Flint Powers for 6 years, coached at Swartz Creek, which is right in that same vicinity as Flint, Carman, Ainsworth. He knew this program was ready to bust loose. They just needed the right direction, and he's provided that direction.
Big time.
So he followed them even while coaching close by. Tafoya's first free throw is good. You would expect that from an 83% free throw shooter. Michael Steinbach back into the ball game for Rockford. Spelling R.C. Douglas. Both teams have been to the line 6 times. Now both teams have 5 makes. Tafoya's 2 at the free throw stripe bring the Cavaliers to within 1 with 3:08 left to go in half number 1. You're watching the Class A State Championships on Fox Sports Net. Come right back with us. Each team with just 4 field goals made. That's why it's so low scoring, but it's also so tight with 3:08 left to go in the first half. Flint, Carman, Ainsworth, the club that is used to spreading the wealth. They don't have a lot of superstars. Everyone contributes, though.
We don't have a lot of great players that do it all. We have guys that can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we kind of put it all together and just seem to come up with big wins. So it's kind of nice, you know. So we're sharing the wealth. Everybody has to contribute, I think, for us to be successful, and that's what's happening.
No doubt a feel-good story for Rory Matter's club and the community.
Well, both teams continue to struggle from the floor, Matt Shepard. 8 of 45 combined, but it's a close game. It's a competitive game.
That's what we love about you. Way to be positive.
Yeah, keeps it interesting.
Here's Visser. Nearly threw that one away. Steinbach with a good reach. Skip pass. Now they'll try and set it up for Rettel. Never bashful. This is Powell. A lot of freedom for these 2 guards. Steve Marley gives them that. Griggs backing him down. Tough shot. Missed it. And Visser, boy, he's that hustle player. Accepts his role and did a nice job to keep it alive.
He's yet to take a shot, but he's had an impact on this quarter, that's for sure.
So is Powell. He's got 9. 9 of the Rams' 16 to push him back up by 3.
He can thank Joel Visser for getting him the second chance opportunity. Visser has 2 offensive rebounds in this game. In this quarter.
Aaron Lawler yet to get on track, despite averaging better than 15 points per game. Walk with it.
Yep, easy call.
Mickey York.
Matt, during that last timeout, Steve Marley very calm, urging his guards to move with the basketball and then penetrate, and he urged them to continue to rebound.
There's the penetration inside, under control, the drops, the 2-step stop, goes straight up with it so as to avoid picking up a charge.
They used to run a lot of pick and roll, a lot of motion. Instead, this year, he's allowed his guards to create because of what he thinks is very special abilities.
He trusts their decision making.
Not that time. Nope. Lawler had it knocked away, otherwise he had a free path to the hoop. 1:14 to go in the half. 16-13, Rockford on top. Lawler again. Crossover dribble. Got caught up in the air, nearly threw it away. Tafoya.
Lawler's not getting the penetration. He's not getting by his man, by his defender like he's accustomed to doing.
Rockford's doing a good job moving their feet.
Yep.
Tafoya wants a timeout. There it is. They're just not getting a whole lot of ball movement, are the Cavaliers, inside that Rockford zone.
Yeah, they're being forced to play way out on the perimeter right now.
With the participants for the halftime ceremony, please report.
Well, we've had 2 games already for you here on Fox Sports Net. We hope you can join us for the wrap-up tonight. The MHSAA Boys Finals continues with the Class B showdown. Muskegon Heights taking on Grand Rapids South Christian. Coverage begins tonight at 8 here on Fox Sports Net with Greg Kelser, Mickey York, and yours truly. Rockford felt like they needed to run. They needed to force turnovers. They have done both. They just haven't been able to make field goals. Let's recap. The Class D championship went to Detroit Rogers. Lorenzo Shine was shining. 24 points. 4 helpers, 4 swipes. St. Martin de Porres.
Harris in the Class D game was trying to complete an undefeated season like Rockford is here. Unable to do so, however. It was a very good game, that Class D final.
And like Grand Rapids South Christians will try and do later on tonight. Oh, McGee with a tough move inside.
He wanted it, didn't he?
You better believe it. The junior getting it done inside. He's got 5 now, and it's a 16-15. Rams 1-point advantage.
McGee was very strong with that, and for the first time, I think he actually played for the shot at hand and not the follow. He wasn't looking to get a rebound before he shot the basketball.
This is Dean Powell. Powell wearing number 20 playing catch with his backcourt mate Michael Rettel. Powell's the guy who got them over the hump against Detroit. Murray Wright hit a couple of big 3 balls down the stretch. 9 seconds to go. Rettel trying to create. Tafoya came way out. Now slicing in the lane. Forcing it up Briggs. Missed it. Saved there. Carr running out of time. A very low-scoring first half. Comes to a screeching halt with the Rams leading 16-15. Drew Powell has more than half his club's point on 3 of 7 shooting. Mickey York with Steve Marley, the head coach of Rockford.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Coach, a 1-point game, perhaps a lower scoring game than a lot of people anticipated. What do you make of that first half?
Well, I think we're playing wonderful. We just got to knock down some to get them out of that dang zone. You know, we're penetrating, we're getting good kicks and good looks, but they're not going down, so we just got to keep playing defense until they do.
They, of course, are known for their rebounding. How do you compete with them on the boards there in the second half?
Well, they're getting the best of us, but, you know, we're hanging our own. We got to keep rebounding. If we can rebound the ball, we can run on. We got to find a way to get easy baskets.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you. Matt, 1-point game here at the half. So far, so good. A tough one, though. Back to you.
I think a lot of people are shocked. You're right, Mickey York.
I love the optimism from Coach Marley. He says, hey, we're playing great.
They need to play better in the second half. They lead 16-15 at the break in the Class A championship tilt at the Breslin Center. Only here on Fox Sports Net. We'll be right back.
Bill Bonds with
AINSWORTH, Zach McGee, 7 points in the first half. 7 of the Cavaliers' 15. They trail by 1 at the break. Back with more from the Breslin Center after this. Back at the Breslin Center. 1 half down, 1 half to go in the Class A championship tilt. Rockford leading it 16-15. Back with my partner, Greg Kelser. My name is Matt Shepard. Surprisingly, not as many turnovers as you thought. I thought, when you look at the stat sheet, that you would see a ton, but instead, a combined 12 for these 2 teams. It's just, the shooting's been awful.
What you see are a lot of misses. Both teams able to knock down 5 field goals apiece. Rockford, 5 of 26. Carman Ainsworth, 5 of 23. The team that gets this shooting eye is going to have a huge leg up.
I thought winter was over, but maybe part of it's good defense, too.
But check this out. Because of the dearth of field goals made, we get to show every basket that was made in the first half.
That's great. I love that.
Take a look. Here's Carman Ainsworth's 5. And now we'll give you Rockford's 5. One thing that Carman Ainsworth has to consider is that Lawler and Richardson, their 2 leading scorers, did not score in their first half. There's a nice bit of penetration from Rockford. They get the ball inside for a layup. The outside shot, Powell led them with 9, but he was the only guy who showed any type of offensive consistency in that second quarter.
At times, both teams able to penetrate a little bit. Again, they just couldn't finish. 24-18 rebounds in favor of Flint, Carman Ainsworth. I guess if you look at the second half, if you're Rockford, you kind of like the shot selection you're getting. You're just unhappy with the results, right?
Well, they got shot selection. They got penetration. They didn't work very good off the glass. I'm sure both of these clubs feel the same way. We cannot play another half like that. We're in good shape. We've got a good chance to win. This is anybody's game.
All right, what do the Cavs have to do in the second half?
Well, I think, number one, they have got to be under control, and they've got to get Lawler involved. But he's got to stop trying to do so much off the dribble, move without the basketball, and play more under control. And as far as Rockford is concerned, work off your defensive glass, cut down on the second chance opportunities, and stick some of those good looks that you're getting.
Greg's going to go suit up for one of these two teams because they need him. Me, I'm going back to the desk, all right? One of these two teams is going to be dancing. By game's end, we'll find out who in the final 20 minutes after this.
Think about a unit.
31 points scored combined between these two teams, the two best teams in Class A. At the break, Rockford on top by 1. Matt Shepard along with Greg Kelser and Mickey York here at the Breslin Center. Let's take a look at our first half statistics. Neither one shooting very well, obviously.
19 and 22, that's not going to get it done. Somebody's got to get hot eventually. The three-point shooting just as bad. Both teams pretty good from the free throw line. Rebounding huge in the favor of the Cavs right now. And turnovers, well, Rockford did a pretty nice job in that area.
Well, Steve Marley was happy. He thought his team played pretty well in the first half. Let's get Rory Matter's thoughts with Mickey York.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Coach Steve Marley said coming off the floor at halftime, he'd like to find a way to find some more easy baskets out there. It doesn't look like there are many to find, are there?
No, there wasn't in the first half, not at all. We missed a bunch of easy ones inside. I say easy, but obviously there's a lot of big hands up in the air. They're very big inside, so it's going to be tough for us to score inside.
What do you need to do to find some ways to score?
Well, we were very impatient, I thought, in the first half, shooting the ball much too quickly. Just told our players at halftime we got to be a little more patient, execute a little bit better, make them play defense longer than 5 or 10 or 15 seconds, and hopefully there'll be a breakdown somewhere.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Matt, back to you.
Mickey thanks Rory Matter. Will try and address the maybe lone problem his defense had in that first half. It was Drew Powell. He wears number 20 and scored 9 of his team's 16 points. The third quarter comes your way from the Breslin Center when we return right after this.
Attention Greenville.
Rory Matter and Flint Carman Ainsworth trailing by 1. You heard what he said to Mickey York, what he'd like to see in the second half. Here's what he told his team at halftime about the effort he's been getting so far in the first 20 minutes.
That was a great half of basketball. It's tough, nasty. And that's the way we're going to have to finish it. He's going to have to dig in. Zach come ready to play tonight. Some of our other guys, you're playing hard, but he's at a different level than the rest of us right now. And there's some people who've got to step their game up a little bit. Not so much the effort part as it is the poise and the brain.
Coach Matter was talking about the play of Zach McGee, his junior, who got 7 points and 6 rebounds in that first half. He wants everybody to pick their level up to where Zach is because of his intensity.
There's a look at what he was referring to right there.
Yeah, that's got to improve. Lawler 0 for 6 with 3 turnovers, and Scott Richardson, he was 0 for 3. So both of those guys must play better in the second half.
Those two guys are AAU players, Greg. You expect more from that. They actually both played with LeBron James in the summer, believe it or not. Sweet. Well, starting 5 units are out there. This is Drew Powell, had 9 points in the first half, misses his first shot in the second, nearly fouled Nehemiah Weaver, who grabbed the rebound. Cavaliers told both Greg and I yesterday that the keys are rebounding, defense, and transition. They are getting the rebounding. They have the defense. They haven't been able to work that transition or hit their shots.
In the latter stages of that first half, Carman Ainsworth got no penetration. They were made to play just where you see them now, way out on the perimeter.
Weaver to Richardson. Those are 2 post players. They would like to see them down inside a little bit more. Lawler working it back out. A very well-conditioned Cavaliers team as Richardson posts up, spinning, floating, and missing. Another offensive board. Are you kidding me by McGee? This guy is a terror inside.
They better find him. They had better find him because he is the lifeblood right now of the Cavaliers.
He's got 7 rebounds and 3 of them on the offensive glass. Rettel able to find Douglas.
Good penetration. inside, outside basketball. Retto able to put that one down, and that's exactly what Steve Marley was talking about. I like the looks we're getting. We just need to make shots.
Turned it over, did Lawler. Picked off by Kevin Wern. Douglas again takes it hot, strong at the rack, and he missed it. Weaver with a rebound.
Word of advice to the young man with the ball right now, Aaron Lawler. You're a senior. This is your last game. You don't want to go out with a memory like this. You got less than a half to pick it up. He's probably having one of his worst games of the season. He's a good player.
He sure is. He had 31 in the quarterfinals against Clarkston. There's the trap. Al Richardson will split the D. Lawler, good look. Bad result. Powell nearly turned it over. Rettle. Powell again. Quickly with the three. Weaver with another rebound. Good fast break. McGee finishes. Couldn't. Rettle comes away with it. 2-on-1. Riggs up the left side. Lays it in.
Nice transition opportunity. Rockford hasn't had many, but that's one of the easy shots that they've been seeking. One of the easy shots that both teams have been seeking.
First bucket of the game for Alex Briggs up the left side. We played half this third quarter. 21-17. Rams on top. More trapping defense. Richardson with a good look. Too hard. Turner in one motion.
Turner was wide open if they had got an extra swing of the basketball, but he smartly, instead of standing there, he saw the shot was going up, he went to the offensive glass.
DeAndre Turner with 8. A kid who went into the gym in the offseason and worked hard. The maintenance crews had to kick him out. Wern for 3, off the mark. Weaver with a backside carom. He's got 3 in a row. This is the kind of game we envisioned at the outset. High tempo. Turner, an open 3 ball. Nope.
Turner shoots a weird-looking basketball. It doesn't have your normal rotation. It sort of spins sideways.
Powell from way downtown.
That's a good-looking jump shot. And you got to know who can hurt you out there on the perimeter. Powell is a guy on the dribble. You must go out and be there with him because he has great range and the freedom to shoot at any time.
He has a dozen. That is half the Rockford points. They lead it 24-19 with under 4 minutes to go in the third. They're able to get out on the wings a little bit, and that kind of helps your confidence when you get easy looks, right?
No question about it. Here's the miss inside by McGee. And here's the run out, and you look at the poor job of getting back defensively. Look at all these guys hanging back. So here's your transition opportunity for Rockford. In the first half, Alex Briggs gives them 11 points a game, was scoreless, 0 for 6. Got a layup there. Perhaps that'll get him off the schneid. Now, here comes Powell. You got to close on him before he steps to that three-point line because he shows there he will hurt you.
Alex Briggs told us yesterday after the win that we've been playing together since 3rd grade. The best thing about our team is its chemistry. Showed it on that break, didn't he?
You know what you just said? We hear a lot with some of the smaller town schools, how players, I mean, when they get to this level, they've had 5, 6, 7 years as teammates. Has to pay off, huh?
Yeah, the only new guy is Mike Rettle. He's the guy who transferred from West Ottawa. Turner with a good ball fake and slicing down the lane.
Turner's helping his basketball team right now.
It is. He's got double digits, Greg.
Got an offensive rebound a moment ago, and that time penetration and a finish to keep his team within shouting distance. 3 points.
Already 2 points more than he had in the entire semifinal game against West Bloomfield. This is Powell. Rettle will back up a little bit.
Zone defense now by the Cavs.
Brandon Carr.
But pressure on the basketball.
These guys can handle the basketball, too. Sometimes they have a tendency to over-dribble.
No shot clock in high school basketball. So they can take their time, all the time they want to get a good shot.
Rettle's not afraid.
Nicely done.
He has 8.
They're starting to heat up.
Yeah, they are. Both teams look a little bit more comfortable with this setting.
I
guess you'd expect that when neither one has been to this point before.
Right.
The trapping defense forced another turnover. A traveling call against Weaver, the 10th against Flint, Carman, Ainsworth. The Rams, because of the triple make by Michael Reddle, now lead it by 6 with 2.5 to go in the third. You're watching the Class A state championships on Fox Sports Net.
Watch the action, excitement, and emotion of high school sports as March Magic concludes this week. There's nothing like MHSAA tournament action. Catch it. March Magic.
Steve Marley said the Rockford crowd is like a beagle after a rabbit. They are nonstop. They are constantly here supporting our team, win or lose, struggling or successful. Lately, they've been successful, Greg.
Well, the guys on the floor now giving this crowd something to feel good about, something to scream about. The outside shooting right there of Reddle has propelled them to a 6-point lead, and now they're looking like the undefeated team that is expecting to win its first state championship. There you can see Powell and Reddle, 20 points combined, but more importantly, starting to look really comfortable here in this second half.
Well, the big reason they were able to beat Detroit Murray Wright, a 21-16 spurt in the third, and they have come out flying here in this third quarter, have the Rams.
10-point lead in this game could be critical, so I think right now this becomes a very important defensive sequence. If you're the Cavaliers, you don't want to find yourselves fighting from too far behind.
Reddle, does he feel it? You better believe he does. 3 straight triples by the Rams.
They're getting up to that 10-point margin that I talked about, up 9 now. The Cavs need a basket in the worst way.
Rams on a 14-6 run. Waller didn't have an answer, but he drew some contact and should go to the stripe for 2.
Michael Riddell, the man stepping up. And if you're Carman Ainsworth, you want to notice him. You want to know where he is and address him. Crowd big time into it. I mean, if you look around this Breslin Center, it is a sea of orange. I would say, Matt, that they have probably got maybe 3/4 of this building close to it.
This looks like, I mean, this is as packed as I've ever seen the state championships, and we've been coming here for 5 years, Greg Kelser. This is as packed as I've ever seen one particular game. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they got 8,000, maybe 9,000 Rockford Ram crazies here in this building. Waller splits the pair, an 8-point difference now in favor of Rockford. Reddle, who's at back-to-back triples, has more points in this one than they had in the entire semifinals. Briggs inside, nearly stutter step, and a big block there inside by Zach McGee.
Get it out of here. I said get it out of here, just in case you didn't hear me the first time.
Now on the offensive side, no basket. A foul before the shot.
This was crucial for the Cavs because Rockford was shooting for a 10-point lead here. There's a block, and there's a block. Twice. Blocks in stereo.
The foul going against Joel Visser, his third. Waller using his speed, darting inside, missed it, and Briggs with the rebound.
Waller is still looking for his first field goal in this game, folks.
He said the key to their success is everyone contributing. Being the senior leader he is, he'll point the finger at himself right away. Visser with a ball fake. Powell. Can't use the window there, Greg Kelser. Sometimes those are very difficult, even though he's only about 5 feet away.
No question about it. They used to hate those little chippies when you didn't have an angle.
Yeah, but you always made them.
I tried to stay away from them.
I go on the other side of the cup. Air ball. This crowd would be screaming air ball if I shot that. 14 now for Powell. Waller trying to find a rhythm. That doesn't help.
But that was a little bit better because at least he got squared. He was under control. He elevated. Just was off on the shot, but it was under control. I like that.
Reddle wasn't under control. Richardson with a big block. And look at the big fella handle the basketball. Lawler, long 2, short. And that'll do it for 3/4 of play. Rockford with a big answer out of the locker room. Similar to what Steve Marley and company had in the semifinal against Detroit Murray Wright. The lead now is 10. It was 1 at the half. It is now 10 for the Rams. 32-22. They have found their groove. The Cavs getting some looks, unable to take advantage. We'll see what they diagram for the 4th quarter on Fox Sports Net when we return.
Think.
A 10-point lead now for Rockford. They lead Flint, Carman, Ainsworth with 1 quarter to go, but Rory Matter's team has been down before. They know what to do.
I think they'll just respond like they've been responding the last 4 or 5 games because we've been behind in the second half especially. We've come back. They've kept their poise. Being behind early, I don't think would be a problem. Might even make them relax a little bit, play a little harder. Who knows?
Well, they got a quarter to bring it. 10 points is not insurmountable. We saw that yesterday with Rockford coming back against Murray Wright. But at some point, you got to start things heading in a positive direction. It has been a struggle the entire game for the Cavaliers.
Well, the Cavaliers have to do what they did against West Bloomfield. They have to use their athleticism, and the guards got to get down low and start bothering some shots and poking some shots away. There's a shot that drops for Brandon Stevens. Down to 8 now for Rockford. Mickey York.
Yeah, during that last timeout, Coach Manor says they want to switch to man-to-man defense. He's also going to a 3-guard set on offense, and he told his guys we have to get some transition baskets, Matt.
Good stuff. Thanks, Mick. You're right. I mean, transition baskets, they want to get out and run. The problem is, oftentimes, Greg Kelser, what Rory Matter's club is running into is these guys like R.C. Douglas are getting out and they're double-teaming them now.
Well, here's the other thing. You go small, you put that 3rd guard in. Now, where are you going to get your rebounds from so that you can run?
Well, as we saw yesterday against West Bloomfield, those guards are not afraid to sag down inside and get some rebounds. Douglas with another one coming. The career offensive rebounding leader in Rockford basketball history converts 33-24. Rams in front by 9. This is Turner. Good move to the baseline. Oh, what a shoulder shimmy there. Backed him off a little bit. Couldn't hit the shot, though. Here's Kevin Wern up ahead. Powell, stop, pop. Good hustle. Brandon Carr will push it for the Cavs. And a touch foul on the shot. Michael Reddle and Rockford trying to become only the 2nd Class A team to win the title undefeated. Flint Northwestern did it back in 84 and 85. And if they do, Greg, then they will also have the 2nd best winning percentage over a 2-year period at 98%. They would go 50-1. Flint Northwestern is number 1 at 98.2% in 84 and 85. That's impressive.
That's when something that's repetitious never gets boring, and that's winning. You love it. 50-1. That would be impressive.
Carr converts both. Lead down to 7 now for the Rams. Cavaliers still hanging in there. This team will not get shaken, I'll tell you that. They were down by as many as 9. To West Bloomfield and came back. And that was tapped out of bounds off the Cavaliers. Steve Marley's club was down by 18 to Murray Wright, and they found a way to win it. Michael Reddle against DeAndre Turner. It's a high screen. Rams are showing pretty good patience. Powell. Briggs. Reddle. Wide open look. In and out. Briggs. Put back short. Weaver with a defensive board.
Dodging a bullet that time, the Cavaliers. They can ill afford to give second opportunities in this comeback effort.
Or open looks like Reddle.
Oh, yeah. That's what they dodged 2 bullets.
Richardson.
Both there.
Fouled.
Oh, getting inside starting to pay dividends. Cavaliers are working themselves to the free throw line. That's Scott Richardson. Richardson is yet.
23, Scott Richardson.
Has he scored a field goal in this game? Matt, I think he was 0 for 3 at halftime.
There's his first point right there, Greg. And he averages 10.
Yeah, between he and Lawler, a nightmarish type afternoon.
Steve Marley's club had a kind of a nightmarish first half, but he told Mickey York he was pleased with the looks, and now those looks are starting to drop a little bit, thus the 6-point lead. Here's what's coming up after our broadcast of this Class A state championship. The Class B final. Grand Rapids South Christian against Muskegon Heights should be a fantastic.
He's that good.
He can play, can he?
He can play. And he's a solid point guard. Lorenzo Shine, after they won their game, you know what he came up to me and said? Tell Chauncey Billups I'm looking for him.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you believe it?
Please. I love the confidence, but let's not get too carried away.
I told him, I said, hey, talk to me after college, okay?
Chauncey Billups is one of the best guards in the Eastern Conference right now, young man. Richardson missed it. Chauncey Billups is dropping 29 on AI. And we got a senior at a Class D school on them.
33 on Kobe.
Yeah, let's think about that a little bit more, shall we? Rams will not be in a hurry to rush any shots. I'll tell you that. They saw what Detroit Murray Wright did in the semis against them. Powell missed a tough lefty.
That's a good point you made. Murray Wright was pretty much a party to their own dismantling. They helped in that effort, and Rockford took advantage.
Well, the Cavaliers are really taking advantage right now. They're stopping the clock, they're getting to the line, and they're causing some fouls. They're really taking it strong at the Rams. They are pushing it up the wings.
They're benefiting from the quickness out on the floor and the extra guard. And what is happening right now, they're attacking the basket. Here's Lawler. Doesn't get his first field goal, but he gets to the free throw line where he's been pretty decent, but he misses that one.
Well, Kevin Warren had some hop on that block, but I guess I would question whether or not the Rockford legs are just a little bit noodly by now.
I just do not buy that when you're talking about kids that are teenagers. They don't know tired. I mean, these guys can run forever. I think nerves might be more the problem.
Another split at the line for the Cavaliers. Lawler now finally with 2 with 5:25 to go in the final frame. This is Kevin Warren. Riddle. And he's fouled. We talked about the patience the Rams expect to display here, Greg Kelser, because Murray Wright led by 18 in the semis, and this is what the Rams were allowed to do in the second half.
Well, they forced a lot of turnovers. They shot the ball extremely well, including an 11-point surge by Powell. 11 in a row. Here he is now.
Richardson with a good box out. Lawler will continue to shoot. Good dish inside. McGee finishes it off.
We told you that a 10-point lead is not insurmountable, and you're seeing that now. The Cavs have worked themselves back to 3, and you got to know that Rockford is now starting to wonder, hey, you know, did we blow an opportunity to really put this game away?
Powell had it stripped, and a great save by Lawler. May not be getting it done with a shot, but he has helped the Cavs on this 8-1 run in the quarter.
He has been a focal part of this turnaround, absolutely.
Brandon Carr.
And if he can win this thing, if he can come away from this a winner, Aaron Lawler, he won't care if he doesn't score a field goal, trust me.
Neither will Rory Matter. What matters to him right now is getting back even. His club is within 3, and with the rock when we come back. Good dish inside, and Zach McGee continues to make a leader on the scoreboard to get fired up. Carman Ainsworth behind their Cavs. They are now within 3 because of good plays like this.
When you're not shooting the ball well, you must find ways to do other things to help your basketball team. And Aaron Lawler's doing that now. Senior leadership on display. He drops that one off beautifully for Stevens. and then the block from behind. And then he saves the possession there. And his team now with the chance to pull to within 1 or possibly even.
Great anticipation. Ainsworth on an 8-1 run in the quarter after Rockford had gone on a 16-5 spurt to end the third. Brendan Carr. Lawler drives baseline, forced it up, had it blocked, but drew contact. The block courtesy of Rockford's all-time block leader, Alex Briggs, but he picked up the personal foul.
His third, 6th team foul.
Flint Carman Ainsworth, pleased about the progress. Is that fair to say, Mickey York?
Yeah, during that last timeout, Coach Matter reminded his guys it's just a 3-point game. And he told them to box, box, box. Matt?
And that's box out. We're not talking heavyweight championship fight, right, Mickey?
One thing they've done, they've turned up the tone of this game. The pace is very quick, and they're doing a pretty decent job on the, no, they're doing a great job on the defensive end in this quarter.
Well, look at that. Aaron Lawler 0 for 11 from the field, now 3 of 6 from the stripe. But his team's within 2. Michael Rettel needs to be smart with the basketball. He should be smart. He carries a 3.7 GPA. Here's Kevin Warren. Now Rettel again. Under 4 minutes to go. Douglas. Nope. Backside board again by Brandon Carr. 3-guard offense, as Mickey York pointed out, for Flint Carman Ainsworth. Turner 1, Carr another, and this man, Aaron Lawler.
It has worked because they've been able to rebound out of it. Tough shot.
Yeah, sure is.
Tough shot.
And we got a foul inside. That's going to go against Rockford, Greg.
A bailout because Rockford, they were being helped that time by the poor shot selection by Lawler.
That is number 4 on Michael Rettel. Let me ask you this, Greg Kelser. What has happened to the Rams? Why have they come disjointed?
I think they've become tentative. I think pulling the ball out, working it around, maybe sap some of their momentum, not their stamina. And now they're holding on. And they're being pursued by a charging Rhino here.
Nehemiah Weaver looking for the second. There it is.
10-point lead. Gone.
Tied up at 33. Thanks to Nehemiah Weaver. Listen to this crowd. Rettel around a high pick.
They came out of the attacking mode that helped get him that 10-point lead, Matt Shepard.
Rettel with a nice crossover. Good dish inside. Briggs couldn't hold on. He was bailed out, and a foul. It'll go against Flint Carman Ainsworth. Aaron Lawler, number 2.
Cavalier foul, 12, Lawler, his second, 13 foul.
Zach McGee back into the ball game for Rory Adder's club. And he will spell Nehemiah Weaver. There's the team fouls. So the Cavs in a much better position, able to shoot free throws. Rettel carried it. Nope. Got a hold.
Rockford has yet to score a field goal in this quarter. They've got a free throw to their benefit. But that speaks to what I was talking about in terms of them coming out of that attack mode when they got the 10-point lead, sitting on it, holding on, and now the momentum is all the way Flint Carman Ainsworth.
How about that dish inside? Somebody missed an assignment on Alex Briggs. It doesn't get much easier. Rams go back on top by a bucket.
Maybe that helps quell some of that momentum.
We'll soon find out. Richardson posting up. Along the low blocks. Double teamed, and there's a swipe.
He wasn't strong with the basketball.
Big men have to recognize that, don't they? They have to feel that.
Yeah, he was standing straight up with the dribble, and you can't play basketball in that posture.
11 turns now for the Cavs. Rettel with a high screen. Weaver able to jump out at him. Good defense by Nehemiah Weaver. Warren, first shot. Air ball.
I want you to watch Scott Richardson, number 23 here with the basketball in the post. No flex knee position. He's standing too upright with it, so he can't be strong with it. He gets it knocked away twice before eventually turning it over completely.
That will have to change if he wants to contribute to either Hope or Adrian. He's looking at those two schools to play college hoops. We approach the 2-minute mark, folks, of this fourth quarter. A Rockford 10-point lead, as Greg Kelser pointed out. Down to 2 now. And maybe the Cavs take the lead here on this possession. Waller. Turner. Waller from Opens.
Well, he's a large part of the reason why they're in this championship game. So even though he's struggling with the shot, I'm not going to fault that shot attempt right there.
No, and you know what? I give him credit because even though he was 0 for 11 at one point, he will continue to shoot the basketball.
Yep.
You have to have confidence if you expect to be a leader, and he has that confidence. 35-33, Rockford on top. Hey, the championship is this here in Class A. B will follow. And there is also a championship to be played in the CCHA. Championship Saturday on Fox Sports Net includes that college hockey showdown, the Super 6 title between Chris Kunitz and the Ferris State Bulldogs against Jeff Tambolini and the rest of Red Baronson's Michigan Wolverines. For an automatic bid to the NC2A tournament, join Ken Daniels, Fred Fletch, Shereen Sasky, and the rest of our Fox Sports Net crew for all the action tonight at 10:30. Only here on Fox Sports Net. That will be a dandy of a hockey game. I think both of those teams are already in the NC2A tournament. What are these teams right now discussing? What do the Cavaliers talk about right now?
Well, I don't think that the Cavaliers are going to come out looking to foul. They want to play tough defense, maybe try to get a steal, but force a tough shot and clamp down on the rebound. On the other hand, Rockford must be saying, let's spread the floor, let's utilize our ball handling, but let's attack. We're not looking to burn all the time off the clock because they're still going to have to be a little forceful with their offense. Let's attack and make sure we get a 75% type shot, a shot that you can hit 3 out of every 4 times. You don't want to force up anything at this stage of the game.
I'm telling her those numbers you saw on the screen a moment ago. Flint, Carman, AINSWORTH, half of what they usually average. Rockford, a little bit more than half. Rockford averages 59 points per game in the playoffs. Flint, Carman, AINSWORTH, 69 so far in the postseason. Mickey York, what were the Rams talking about?
Yeah, Matt, thank you. Steve Marley telling his team we're going to spread it out on offense, and we have to score. He says we need to score and score now, or this thing is over. Matt, back to you.
I think Steve Marley was listening to Greg Kelser.
He knows that if his team tries to pull it out, and if they're not assertive, they'll lose the basketball.
It is a fine line for a coach.
Yep.
You don't want him to be tentative, but you want him to be careful. Nearly picking the pocket there, or picking up the foul of DeAndre Turner. They still have another one to give. That is the 4th against DeAndre Turner, who told us yesterday, we still haven't played our best basketball. Each team with a couple of timeouts.
We better play it now.
Cats will be going to the line each time they are fouled. They have one more to give now for Rockford. That is the 6th team foul against Flint, Carman, AINSWORTH. Nehemiah Weaver is in, and out goes Zach McGee.
Weaver for McGee.
Some people might wonder aloud about that move just because McGee is their best rebounder.
Right.
It sure has been in the last 2 games we've seen him, Craig.
Right, but they're opting for the quickness because they're trying to get a steal. And I say they still got time to go for that steal without fouling. I'm not so sure you want to put Rockford on the free throw line. Rams are, their ball handling guys are good free throw shooters.
Rockford doesn't know whether to cheer or just sit and bite their nails. The crowd, that is. Cavaliers showing a lot of discipline. They just want to wear off the clock. 35 seconds, and there's the foul. Aaron Lawler had to do it.
In a situation like that, although it's risky, if you really want to get a good opportunity at a turnover, you got double. You send somebody to double. Because right now you got one-on-one against a good ball handler. He's not going to give it up.
Or try and draw a charge, maybe. Rettel at the free throw line, a 72% free throw shooter. The thing the Rams have going for them right now, Greg Kelser, is the fact that their backcourt shoots 72% and 82% respectively from the free throw line. A timeout called on the floor.
I bet you it's even better than that, Matt, if you could gauge it in the last 3 or 4 minutes of a game.
Yeah, and yesterday Powell really came through in the clutch at the free throw line. Steve Marley, so pleased with the way that Powell and Rettel guide his ship. He has never been around a better set of guards in his coaching career.
They're both strong. They both can get by people. They both can shoot, and they just put your will on the defender. And they're a tough guard. They drove the car for us the whole year. Our whole offense revolves around them.
And that has proven true again tonight, even though they only have 35 points. 25 points in the first half today for those two guys. The Rams getting the support they have gotten all season long. They had 800, you heard Mickey York tell us earlier, 800 at a scrimmage earlier this year.
That's support.
And a reminder, we're not done after this one. Our quadruple header. Again, Heights, and what a tradition they have.
Thought he was long on it there for a second. Still a one-possession game. Big free throw coming up.
3 for 3 at the line for Michael Rettel. He was 6 of 9 in the semis. Looking for his 13th point. There it is.
Now, if you are the Cavaliers, I would not hoist a crazy 3 right here. Take the ball inside, attack the basket.
They're going to call a jump ball, and the possession arrow is in favor of Rockford.
Well, good defense enforcing that miscue. Now Rockford will want to spread the floor, get the ball in the hands of their best free throw shooter, expect to get fouled, and step to the line and knock them down. You're 28 8/10 away from state championship. That has to be your thinking if you're Rockford. If you're Flint, Carman, Ainsworth, you need a foul. You need to stop the clock.
And they are in the bonus, so that means 1 plus another if he makes the front end. That's 5 personal fouls on DeAndre Turner. Had a really nice game, though, didn't he? He really did.
He worked hard. 5'11", senior guard. Tough way to go.
Sure was.
Especially if this thing doesn't turn out the way you want it to. Tough way to end your career.
Told us Friday that they set goals at the beginning of the year. They wanted the Big 9 championship. They wanted to get at least past the districts. They accomplished both. But when you get this far,
you get greedy.
You do get greedy.
You want it all.
And rightfully so.
Yep.
So it makes you a champion.
Well, at the very worst for the Rams, or excuse me, for the Cavs, it'll be a 2-possession game. But now you need a couple of threes, so you got to come down looking to take the 3.
Perfect in 6 trips to the line for Michael Rettel. A 5-point lead now, and they continue to apply some minor pressure to the Rams. 20 seconds to go. Carr, acrobatic shot, in and back in again. Thought it popped out for a second, and a quick timeout for the Cavaliers. Brandon Carr stepping up his game late in this one. Big problem for Rory Matter, unfortunately. You're not going to blame any 2 players, but Lawler and Richardson, just 4 points combined.
Right. If they had been anywhere close to their game, it might be a different story. Here's number 5, Brandon Carr, on the right-hand dribble. He gets the roll. Still a 2-possession game. They're down 4, so again, they'll look to foul quickly and hope for misses at the free throw line.
But as we alluded to earlier, the toughest part for Rory Matters Club right now is that when that inbound pass comes for the Rams, it's going to one of two players, Drew Powell or Michael Rettel, and both solid free throw shooters. We talked about trying to get the crowd out of it. This crowd has been huge for Rockford, and at times for the Cavaliers too.
Well,
12,166.
As I said, it looked like at times maybe 3/4 of the people here were wearing orange. They were for Rockford, but the quarter that were here cheering for Flint, Carman, Ainsworth in the blue and gray, they were heard. We heard them, and they were a huge part of the comeback that saw a 10-point lead totally dissolve.
If we score quick, on the first man, all the way through.
Rory Matters telling his club we got a foul right away.
No matter what. We have to right here, right? Go, that's the great. Go.
So we'll see what the Cavaliers can do here as Rockford continues to support their Rams. They figure they need 1 or 2 more points, if that. Full court pressure by the Cavs.
They need to be sure with the basketball.
R.C. Douglas to inbound to Rettel. Fouled a moment ago, 6 of 6 at the line. He'll walk his way for what he believes could be the 2 that ice the cake.
Foul 5, Carr, his second.
The Rockford Rams, a school that back in 1943 and 44 lost in the quarterfinals to Kalamazoo St. Augustine. A couple of years ago, lost in the quarterfinals to Saginaw, and have used that most recent setback to propel them to what could be the finest season in Rockford history.
For Weaver, 1 shot.
Nehemiah Weaver is out, and Aaron Lawler is back in. Perfect 8 for 8 at the stripe. And you know what? Those are some pressure free throws. He has 17 with 10 seconds to go.
Gotta hurry, gotta get a shot off. It needed to be a 3.
Lawler, it crawled off. That is the way it's gone. And a jump ball, possession arrow in favor of the Cavs with 1.7.
They can celebrate now.
Rockford would not call it its most pretty win, but maybe its most significant in the history of that high school. For the first time in the history of Rockford High School basketball, they are state champions in Class A. The Rams finished the perfect season 28-0. Steve Marley, who teaches Algebra 2 at Rockford High School, taught his team a lesson throughout this year. Keep your eye on one goal, the state championship. They have achieved such goals. What support the Rams have had throughout the year. And here at the Breslin Center, and a very happy Steve Marley is with our own Mickey York. Mick?
A very happy Rockford team, as you can imagine, Matt. Drew, let me start with you. You guys came back from 18 yesterday. You didn't have to come back from a deficit today, but you saw your 10-point lead whittle away. Did that experience yesterday help you keep your composure today?
Oh, definitely. We knew we didn't want that to happen again. We knew we had to do something different, change it around a little bit. We weren't going to have to come back from it. We just needed to play our game. We didn't do that yesterday in the first 3 quarters, and it happened today, and we came out on top. It worked.
Mike, I tell you what, you and Drew started getting it going there in the second half. They were so tough to come by in the first half. Those threes really seemed to open things up for you.
Yeah, our offense is surrounded by me and Drew driving and attacking and kicking out or jumping down to our big guys, and we just kept going after it, and it happened to work out for us.
Steve, you're the calmest coach I think I've ever been around, but you have to be doing cartwheels inside right now, aren't you?
Oh, this is a dream. I mean, these two carried us all year, and they did in the second half. Tough bunch of kids. I don't think I'll ever see a special bunch of kids like this ever again.
Go enjoy it with your team. Congratulations, fellas. What a performance by the Rams today. They found a way to get it done in the second half, Matt.
Mickey, they shot just 25.5%. They were outboarded in this state